What is up, guys? Welcome here, welcome back. In today's LEGO Castle video, we have a lot of mocks to go through from the community. We have a lot of Wolfpack, we have a lot of Horsemen, we have a lot of Lion Knights stuff, and a lot of good ideas to help enhance your LEGO Castle world. So I just want to go through all of these, give my thoughts, and highlight the community's best mocks from the past couple of weeks. So starting off, we got this Wolfpack, like hideout, essentially. Very well done. I really like the way the roof is done. I really like how it's kind of basically thrown together with like stone. I love this round door, how the door is built with like the wood and stuff. You got this little map guy down here. Got some wolves. Like this little carriage here as well. Like, look at how that saddle is done. And the, I'm not sure what this is called, just basically like a brace around the horse. Really think that's pretty cool. Oh, and he made it like open up. So this is really cool to do. Like imagine getting something like this for a 3-in-1. Imagine getting a creator 3-in-1 line of castle where every 6 months, every year, we get a highlight of a new faction. Like we got the Horse Knights, and don't put any other factions in it. Just make it the Wolfpack. Not like the Horse Knights where they put a Serpent Knight in it. I guess that kind of makes sense because they were having a joust in it, but I like just having the Wolfpack and this be dedicated to Wolfpack. You would be able to build up your basically Wolfpack army, and I just love it, and it's very well designed. I love this. This doesn't look like a silly set. It looks like it's a real, like, it could go along perfectly with Lion Knight's castle. He obviously uses some techniques like we've seen in Medieval Town Square with the beard piece like being used as a nest, and just really cool design for roof, and like, oh man, it just makes me sad seeing this stuff because of how good it's designed, and think of all the possibilities that Lego could honestly do. It's pretty unfortunate, but very well done on this set, and that is by Lux Bricks. We have this set here by Broken SVT, another Wolfpack Tower Ruins. Let's take a look at this. So it's taking place in the fall, in the autumn. Really cool piece of fabric there that they were able to use. This is very, like, very well detailed. Like all the studs, all the like little intricate things. It looks like you have a target range down here. Nice little rough bridge up to the stairway, across into the tower up here. A lot of minifigures, and it's pretty like small. Like it's not a huge display. No, oh, this guy's like carving like a little so he's carving a little statue, like a little toy or something. Pretty cool. Big old hammer. That's one thing that I really like to see when I come to the Reddit and community, is all the different types of brick built weapons that people make. Because it's nice to have different brick built weapons other than just a sword, a spear, sword, a spear. Cool to see like this big old hammer. Like it's pretty cool. Some interesting rock work here with the crack down the side of the wall. Got some interior work. Looks like this person's got a gun. Or, no, that's a wand, probably. Okay, it's a wand. So a bit of fantasy themes going on. And you got the ghost, a classic ghost. Love how this is like braced up the broken piece of the tower window, essentially. Oh my gosh, this guy's like tied up. That's crazy. A lot of people tied up. What is going on here? Oh, that's a sweet cape. That cape's probably like $10 if you get it from somewhere. Who knows? Jack Sparrow head back here. What the heck? Oh my gosh, what is going on down here? Bunch of wolves, like in the ice or something? I'm not quite sure. Nice little farm going on down here. Very well designed. Very well designed. That cape being red looks, dang, red looks good for the Wolfpack. I'm not gonna lie, because it kind of matches the shield. Very, very nice. I really like red, man. That looks good. He did a good job, like, using different torsos to kind of break it up a little bit, using different weapons. This guy's training the baby wolf pups and stuff. That's cool. Very well done. Next, we have Nitro 1778. Big, huge mock going on here. Looks like you have a garden down here. Big old farm. Got a nice little fenced-in area for the cows. Nice pathways up to the Lion Knight's castle. And that's one thing that I love to see, is Lion Knight's castle opened. I really like to see it when people have it open, because I don't think a lot of people ever do have it open when it's on display, just because it's more compact and easier to display. Really cool to see it open like this, because you get the idea of the bridge here and just more like going on with it. Obviously, he's using some styrofoam and probably like Hobby Lobby type stuff to like give it this big base instead of just using Lego. It's kind of a waste to use a bunch of Lego. I really, what's your guys' opinion on that? Because I've always been one to be like, I would rather use construction paper, like green construction paper, and brown for trails, like in the old Lego catalogs and the old Lego box arts and sets, to give the idea of the groundwork. Because sometimes all these studs kind of is like a bit much for me. So it's kind of nice to see just something like this piece of rock work here out of styrofoam. Like he's literally like whittling that to get the stairs that he's wanting, and that's awesome. Like I love that so much. Like I'm not a big fan of like an entire Lego thing. Like it just looks like too many studs. And even Lego did this. Lego knows that that was like too much, because they did this in box arts and they did it in Lego catalogs back in 1970s through the 80s. Like they used styrofoam like this to give bases. They used it to give water features for the pirate sets. And I really like that. Got a nice little custom looking castle over here. You can even see back here, he's got a nice little like Viking village going on. Maybe a custom boat, trees. Man, just really cool. It's like you could just keep looking at this and picking out all the different things. Oh my gosh, look how much bigger the forest gets over here. That is absolutely insane. Okay, so that's really cool. So you start over here at the castle. You walk down this path. You cross the farm. You know what I'm not seeing? Okay, medieval town square is here. And you got this little hut here. Little custom farm hut here. Really cool. You come down the path through this foresty looking area over here. It looks like you might have some forestmen that live over here in these trees. Custom little wizard shack maybe here. Past the farm, over the bridge, and you reach the basically ocean or pier, where kind of a different, that sieging, was it Bricklink Series 4 or Series 5 set is really cool. Love this boat build. Man, people who came up with the idea to give that little dinghy sails and stuff, excellent job. I love that style of boat because it's just small and it looks really good. And then it looks like maybe a Wolfpack here, because he has used the styrofoam or whatever it may be to give it a nice mountain, as well as wolves like hiding in the caves and stuff. Very good. Got an alligator down here hiding. Excellent job, dude. Looks sweet. This is huge. This is huge. 2 new 6-foot tables. Okay, so I'm guessing that's 6 feet. That's awesome. So here's the back. Oh, he's got like a little cave underneath there. And here you can see the forestman section in the forest. So he's kind of hit all the different classic factions, essentially. I know there's a blue castle. Maybe that's where the Black Falcons are. If not, I guess they're kind of left out. Darkness lurks beneath the mountain. That's cool. Excellent job. That's sweet. You did a really good job on that one. This is called the War Room, the King's Chambers by Self-Entitled Citizen. Now, it looks like you're in basically a vignette of the castle, like a castle room, essentially. And it's got a lot of cool stuff going on the sides, bookcases. A really cool, like, moose-mounted head there. That is, see, like, oh, man. It's so exciting to see this kind of stuff, because what people come up with is like, it's never ending. It's always surprises me. You got the Sword of Gryffindor right there from that Harry Potter set. It's like a special sword, so he's got it on the mantle. The fireplace here looks like this person's like burning the letter of some kind. Telescope here to look out the window, as well as the globe right there. Cool piece of I'm not sure what that would be called, that holds all the armor on it. Got the helmet, as well as like a lectern over here, the king and the queen, obviously, and like this big like map where you would like look at where your armies are and like look at where their armies are and like come up with plans, essentially. Pretty cool. Looks like you have book writing over here, and that's probably what you would use on the map to show like where your armies will be advancing and where they won't be. money over here. Interesting. It's a big library with like different regions and different information. Yeah. So that's where he's like showing where they would travel to and what they would do. Very cool. Such a unique idea to do. A war room. I'm not quite sure how many of these there would have been back in like medieval times, but I mean, they had to have planned in some way, shape, or form. Excellent, unique idea. I think my favorite part of this build is that moose mount above the fireplace there. Freaking awesome. Looks sweet. I want to show this DS Shrimp 96 Ballista instructions because it's such a cool, unique thing, and I love little builds like this. Everything you see white is obviously not part of it, but he built this little Ballista build. It's not too huge, but not too small, like enough to like give it some uniqueness to it, essentially. Like you could put this on Lionhead's Castle, and I don't think it would look too big. I don't think it would look too small. I think it would fit in very well. And he actually has instructions for it here. So if you have these pieces, or you want to order something like this from Pick-a-Brick, you can obviously build this right up. Not very many pieces, and build yourself a bunch of different Lego ballistas. Awesome job by Danny Boy Bricks here. And here's all the pieces right here. If you're wanting to build that, you can obviously look up the item code, put it into Pick-a-Brick, and then order that, and you can build 20 of these things, which would be awesome. Here is Lion Knight's Guard Post by Arrhenius Aaron. It looks like a guillotine. Oh my gosh, look at this. That guy's head's gone. That's rough. And this guy's head's gonna be gone, apparently. What the world are we looking at here? That's crazy. Little Wolfpack going on here. Maybe hiding. Gonna break his buddies out up, maybe. Got some medieval town square stuff going on with it. Just a nice little bridge. That actually looks like the... Yeah, that is the piece from Siege Encampment. Pretty cool. Maybe some Horse Knight action going on here with this tower piece. Nice little build. Next is from YZDZNR, Lion Knight Royal Stable. It's nice to see these that aren't... I love Bricklink Designer Program, but most of them are always like 3D rendered. It's nice to see these be actual physically built sets. What's standing out to me so much right now is this trough and the way the horse is. Like, look at that horse saddle with like the blanket and tent and stuff on the back, like kind of loaded down. Nice little roof work here. Nice little tower. Could see this going along very well with Lionhead's Castle. Same type of architecture. Got a well down here. Looks like maybe a little horse stable. I want to see that horse a little bit more just to see how it's like designed, how that saddle's designed. You have some interior work as well. Very good job. Not a good angle of the saddle, but I would love to see like that was like the ballista was just done and like it showed you all the parts that you need to build it. I would love for someone to do a saddle like this and give us the parts and make it to where we can order those off of Pick-a-Brick, because it's like sometimes it's hard, especially for me. I know I for one am. It's hard to like know, okay, I need this piece to build what I am envisioning. Like I have no idea. I have a lot of bulk Lego pieces, but it's like I don't know like exactly. I'm just not good at like ordering pieces and knowing, oh, I need this particular piece and that'll make this little build that I'm building just spot on. Like this looks spot on the way it is. So I wish like I knew all the pieces that are used in it so I could get and make this. This looks awesome. Really good job. Here's a 1650s style castle mock by Pixels CA. Very cool. Love the color in it. Looks like the Lion Knights are fighting someone. I can't tell who. Very interesting up here. It looks like they set fire or threw fire onto it, and it's like already burned up this part of the build itself. Love these little builds that aren't like a huge cumbersome thing, but just you got a little bit of vegetation, you got a little part of the build here. Oh, so these guys have weapons, it looks like. So 1650s, I guess we had weapons. Very cool and interesting. Interesting use of the red and yellow horns as flags as well. Very cool. Very cool. So here is a side view of it. So it is the Black Falcons. And they have weapons. This guy's being knighted, it looks like, or stabbed in the neck, one or the other. Looks like you have a bit of interior. Not bad. Really cool. I love the color going on with it. The Beekeeper's Farm by Ariavs. Pretty cool. You got honey and like, obviously that's like, you wouldn't have that in the medieval times, but it's cool that he made like a bee to put on the top of it as basically signage. Really cool. I really like that. Now this is by a guy named Wolo Locke. He is working on a cinematic stop motion speed build for the Outlaw Force Den, but I just thought this looked amazing. This carriage, like obviously it's like a wine barrel, a wine carriage, very well designed. I don't think so. That is completely custom because it's not in Siege Encampment and it's not in any other medieval sets that I know about, unless it's in Mountain Fortress. I'm not quite sure though. Love that. I love the uniqueness of that. And like it is with the bee stand for the honey, I always think about like what other things could you add to the medieval town square, Lion Knight's castle that would like fit in properly to a medieval setting, like a tannery, like hunting skins. You could put in a winery of some sorts. You could put in, I don't know, just a guy that's preparing meat. You obviously have blacksmith. We've done that time and time again. But I'm thinking of like, what are different things that we could make that would go in well with a medieval village? If you have some ideas, leave them in the comments because I've always wondered that. And I'd love to hear what your guys' thoughts are. I think a winery is like a really cool untapped thing. And this like is just proof of that right there. I just love this little build here, and you get immediately, you know what its interpretation of. Really cool. And lastly, we have from Wookie Joe, the medieval diorama town. Now, obviously, he's using the type of roofing style and architecture that we see in the medieval blacksmith. Actually, you can see it looks like maybe the medieval blacksmith right there. Maybe a bit downscaled. I can't really tell. It looks a bit smaller than what it actually is, but it could be the same. And obviously, he wanted to carry that same design throughout the entire town. So you got a nice little walkway underneath the homes here. Obviously, probably Black Falcon inspired. You have a nice little town here where people can meet, sell, trade, and it looks like over here to the right is a farm using tans, and you have a nice little farm outside the blacksmith over here. And it leads over to, okay, that's the castle over there. It looks like people are like prepared for an army, maybe. And you have interiors as well. Very nice interiors. Very well done. Looks like everything is reachable. I don't see a ladder to this room, though. I don't know what's going on up here. A bunch of, like, heads. And a bat. The heck? Very interesting. Love this. Dungeon. Bed. I'm not sure what that is. What is that? Some sort of, like, telescope to look up at the sky? Maybe? Obviously, that's one it looks like. Looks like a kaleidoscope where you would like turn it and it would like be different jewels or something inside. Obviously it's got some bit of modularity, and we can't see the other part of the castle. So maybe he is just showing his build process of this addition to it. But it looks like you have part of the castle down there with some military outside of it. But yeah, pretty cool designs from the community. Very well done. A lot of really cool designs. Obviously, this is on the Lego Castle Reddit. You can get on and see many, many more. Those are just some of the best ones that I've found over the past couple of days. But I love going through them just because it gives me so many ideas, like that moose, the carriage, just so many different things that just gets you excited and just makes you want to go build something of your own. Even the little ballista, you just found a little ballista that you can order and add to your lionized castle. If you want to add a bunch of those, you have the parts, you can go build them right there. So really cool to see a bunch of different ideas from the community. But that's going to do it for today. I'm going to get on out of here, and I will see you in the next video.